up for. All right, there we go. There we go. Good evening to all of our attendees on our live webinar. For those of you that will be watching this on a recorded basis, I want to welcome you to our part 2 training on how to stand out from the crowd. How to stand out from the crowd. I want you to do me a favor, those of you that are on here live, and thank you for telling us who you are and telling us where you're from. If you would do me a favor, because we do these webinars, we want to keep these webinars generic so that it doesn't matter what you are promoting, particularly if you're in the network marketing, MLM space. Some of you are in the affiliate marketing space. So, you know, if you're promoting a healthy coffee offer, you're promoting a travel offer, you're promoting a weight loss offer, you're promoting whatever, that you will find value at these webinars that we're sharing with you, so that you can ultimately get more leads, ultimately get more sales, ultimately get more recruits. Now, what I want you to do for me in your questions box real quickly is tell me what you are promoting. So just open up your questions box. Tell me the things that you are promoting. It could be 1, 2, 17. Tell me what you're promoting. I want to get a sense of what's out there, okay? All right, so we've got, and you can tell me the name of the company, the name of the offer, or maybe the niche that it's in. So someone is in wholesale travel, Basic Reset, that happens to be a wellness company. Divi.social, which is obviously getting a lot of electricity, all right. RAS, easy cash code. Somebody's looking for something. Moby, wow, I hadn't seen that in a while. Okay, that's a high ticket offer. Email marketing, $25 legacy. RAS, weight loss. My $1 biz, OneCoin. All right, total life changes. Hadn't heard that one in a while. Okay, good. Zuko, good. Global money line. Okay, fantastic. So we've got a wide range. Cryptocurrency. Okay, so we've got a wide range of niches and a wide range of companies. All right, so what we do these webinars for on Thursday nights is to provide value to you. We do record these. We then send them out in our email list, our text list, our push notification list, so that you then can share this information with your audience to bring value to your audience. And one of the reasons we go by Doc and we don't share our real name on these webinars is so that when you share this information with folks, they don't know how to get in touch with us. All right, so that they come back to you for whatever it is that you are offering. So you have to understand, particularly in MLM and network marketing, people don't really join the company. Now, they might hear about the company, that might be sizzle about the company. What people do is they join people, and people join systems. Meaning, there's been things that I've joined not so much because of the company. Hopefully it's a great company and a good product and good compensation. There's been things that I've joined that maybe the compensation model wasn't the best. All right, maybe I'd seen better compensation models, how they would carve up the the commissions. But I liked the system. There was something that I could basically plug and play without me having to do a lot of legwork myself. And so people join people join systems, people join people with systems. Rarely do they just join companies. Okay, so now here's what we want to do. We want to provide value to you, one, so that you can then turn around and provide value to your audience. And by not mentioning what my name happens to be, then you're less likely to have someone try to find me on Facebook, because there's, Doc, okay, well, who's that dude, okay? Or all the other mediums that are out there. So they come back to you. All right, so now let's go to work. This is part 2. This is part 2 of this training. So here's what's happening in marketing, okay? So you've got this sea of marketers. You've got this sea of marketers promoting various things. So we've got folks here on tonight's webinar that are promoting cryptocurrency offers. We've got folks that are promoting I see a mobile app offer dealing with sports, Fire Fan, sports app, Profit Glitch. I'm not familiar with that one. Zookle, someone's promoting something dealing with precious metals and gold. You've got Global Moneyline. You've got Total Life Changes. I think that might be a wellness offer, if I remember correctly. You've got OneCoin, digital currency or cryptocurrency offer. All types of, and some of these are full-scale network marketing, MLM type businesses. Some of them are more of what I would refer to as systems. So here's what we have. We've got no shortage of opportunities in the marketplace. We've never seen more opportunities in the marketplace than we see right now. When I first got in this industry some 20 years ago, before the internet was a big player, all right, when I got in the industry in 1994, the internet was really just kind of being introduced to the world. You had your local companies because, virtually everybody was doing things offline. They might have been doing home meetings or restaurant meetings or office meetings or what have you. People maybe were doing some phone calling, but I think back then we still paid for our long distance. It wasn't all bundled. So at least in my experience in the mid 90s or what have you, we weren't doing a lot of conference calling just yet. So you had just a few opportunities in your local area. Amway, Herbalife, Primerica Financial Services, Prepaid Legal, I think it's now Legal Shield, Mary Kay, Avon. You only had a few. Well, now your inbox, your email inbox, your Facebook inbox, your not so much your text just yet, because most marketers aren't promoting with SMS text marketing yet, but your inbox is flooded every day with offer after offer after offer, with launch after launch after launch. And every launch is the big one, right? Every launch is the holy grail, okay? And so then what happens? So you got these tons of offers out there, right? No shortage of offers. Then you have these tons of marketers that are promoting all of these different offers. All right. So again, you go to your email box, how many emails are you getting promoting something? You go to Facebook, especially on Facebook. How many Facebook posts are you getting? People don't even say, hey, they don't say, how are you doing? They just post their offer. Here's the link. Okay. So how do you stand out among the crowd? If we do not answer that, then what will happen is you'll spin your wheels. What will happen is you'll get frustrated because you'll join the new offer, the new hot one. Likely, if you're not standing out, you're going to have little to no success. Then you'll go to YouTube and you'll find out leaders in that particular company with that particular offer that are making $10, $20, $50, $100,000 a month or more. And so what we've seen with the internet is we've seen this gulf widening of the haves, those who know a little bit about marketing, those who are building a team, those who are able to get sales, those who are able to get recruits, okay, and the have-nots. And that gulf is ever widening. So what you have in many cases is you'll have a company, take any of these companies that some of the folks have mentioned, and there's going to be some folks in those companies that have personally enrolled, personally sponsored. All right, let's say if it's network marketing, MLM, personally sponsored 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000, 2,000. There's a buddy of mine, and he may be on the webinar. I know that on a recent company that he was promoting, he had personally sponsored, well over 2,000 personally sponsored. How does he do that? 2,000 personally sponsored. And my Joe and my Sue average struggle to recruit 1 or 2 or 3. Somebody's promoting, let's say, a binary option compensation plan where you get, you personally enroll 1 that falls on the left and 1 that falls on the right. and maybe they're in a fast growing leg where they've got a whole bunch of activity on, let's say, the left hand side. They've got all this volume on the left hand side, and all they really need to do is start to focus on building on the right hand side, because they've got all this volume just there ready for them to start making money, but they got to build that weak side. All this volume, but then they can't recruit to start that second part of that leg, or they can't really grow that. So how do we stand out amongst the crowd? Okay. Now, what we discussed on last week, by way of, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Sorry for coughing in your ear. Let me get a little water here. All right. So I want to just cover very quickly what we talked about on last week, in case you were not here. I want to expound upon this, and then I want to share with you a real life example, really kind of like a case study from what we did on last week, okay? All right, so now here's how you're going to stand out from the crowd. You're not going to stand out from the crowd simply promoting your company's offer link, all right? Whether that is you're sending people to a replicated web page, you're sending people to a sign-up page. Now, it is true that you may have an offer that's really hot. There's a really hot offer right now, starts with a D, all right? They actually had an explosion last week because the word was they were about to launch, and they were going to take the websites down for a while until they were ready to launch, okay? And I'm told that in one day, they had 48,000 folks across the globe that registered with them. It wasn't that much of an outlay. So a lot of people registered, you know, to be a part, because again, this started to hit Facebook and social media and what have you, okay? Now, in a case like that, you might be able to promote just your registration link or your offer link on Facebook, and you might get some folks that know you that might click on because they know you, okay? But in terms of long-term building, long-term growth of your business, all right, you're not going to have the type of success that you're going to want to have by simply promoting your company's replicated web page or your company's offer page. And when I say offer page, I mean something where people are not getting no one's opting in or anything like that. It's just a video, okay? Now we have discussed this on previous webinars, but we always have new folks coming. So one of the big mistakes that marketers make is they promote the name of the offer prematurely. All right, now what do I mean by that? Okay? So if you're not, now if you're in my list, all right, I feel that I can talk to you about that offer. But if I'm going to someone outside of my list, if I'm just posting something on Facebook, if I'm just sending, and particularly if it's not my Facebook fan page or if it's not my Facebook group, I just happen to, on my Facebook wall, I happen to be posting, hey, join Amazon Juice, okay? Amazon Juice is a fictitious name. All right, I'm likely not going to get a lot of traction from that, okay? The challenge when you promote the name of the offer prematurely, meaning before you've had a chance to bring the person value, is it's just way too easy for people to go and do research on their own via YouTube, via Google, via Facebook. Find someone that is also promoting that same offer, but that someone that's promoting that offer gave them some value. Maybe the value was they helped them understand what the product offering is. The value was they did a video about the compensation plan. The value is maybe they did a video that wasn't so much directed about the offer as much as it was about some type of value. Very dear buddy of mine, for instance, and those of you that have RAS, he posted this on the on our private community, the surfboard. He sent out to his list, and I happen to be in his email list. He sent out a very valuable post, about a 10-minute video, talking about how you can increase your presence on YouTube, what have you. Now, what he did was he wasn't pitching so much a network marketing offer. He was providing value. And in his providing value with the video that he posted, he also gave out his website, his blog. Well, I'm sure that a percentage of people got his video, got value, went to his blog, and from his blog now he can tell you about everything that he has going on. Okay, that's not how most marketers market. He happens to have, by the way, a 50,000 or so email list. All right, he happens to be a top earner in our industry because he's doing it right. So here's what we want to do. We want to build and cultivate a responsive list. Now, I can go to my list and talk about a specific offer because I'm continuously providing value to my list, okay? So our focal point needs to be, no matter how great the offer is, all right, and you can get the buzz and the electricity about a new offer, and you know it makes me chuckle, all right? It tickles me to life. I don't like to use negative words. I'm not going to say tickle me to death. It tickles me to life when I hear about an offer and then I hear people saying, all the leaders are gravitating to this offer. Well, who cares? My mama might be on the webinar, okay? What you and I must have, if we're going to stand out amongst the crowd, we must build, we must cultivate a responsive list. This is not up for debate. If you want to build a long-term sustainable business, you must build and you must cultivate. You must build consistently and cultivate a responsive list. We'll talk a little bit more about how we do that, all right? But I want you to buy into that. I must build and cultivate a responsive list. I'm going to give you a case study, okay? Number two, you want to become a solutions provider. This is what we talked about last week, to the broader market, meaning you have something in your portfolio, your income producing portfolio. There's something in that portfolio that you can share with the broader market, that product, that service, that tool, that resource, and maybe you even happen to stumble across, it's difficult to find, but there are some out there. You might even be able to stumble upon a leverage-based model. It might be an MLM. It might be a network marketing company, but the product or the service or how that is framed provides a solution to the overall market. So for instance, if you tell me that you're promoting a nutritional company, my question to you is, how does your promotion of that nutritional company alone, how does that bring a solution? How does that solve a problem that the broader market is having? Now, see, when we're looking at this crowd of people, give me a moment. Okay, so we're looking at this crowd of people. Okay, if all you have, and this is not to get you to stop promoting what you're promoting. I want to help you promote what you're promoting with more vigor. I want you to get more leads, more sales, more recruits. Okay, all right. But if you are promoting, let's say, a weight loss offer, we'll use a weight loss offer. Okay, if you're promoting a weight loss offer and you're wanting people to either buy your product or you want people to join your company through your link and then buy the product and then potentially sell the product to others and then potentially get other people to join. So essentially, when you're building a network marketing company, you're basically building a sales team of reps or affiliates that join, buy, or use the product or service, and then hopefully some of them turn around and they duplicate and they get other people to join, buy the product, and they maybe get some people that do the same. All right, so now here's the question. How does your current promotional offer on its own provide a solution to the larger marketplace? Because here's the reality. Whether you are promoting, I'll use some names here, Zucal, $25 Legacy, Market America. Oh, I hadn't heard of that one in a while. Big company. That's a huge company that I never hear anybody talk about online. Okay. Whether you Fire Fan, okay, we're all looking for people that want to make money from home or from the internet or using mobile, okay? So essentially, we all have the same target market. If you are promoting a weight loss offer that's got a leverage-based compensation plan where you can recruit others and others can join you and buy, and others can join you, buy, and then they can turn around and sell. Others can join you, buy, sell, as well as recruit themselves. Then we all have the same target market. And who or what is that target market? Other marketers. Other marketers. So we want to hone in on people that have already decided that they want to generate some money from home or online or with mobile or any combination thereof. When I first got in this industry, I was taught this, and then as I became, a leader and started building a team, I would teach my folks this. We would print out a copy of a memory jogger. Who do you know? Who do you work with? Who did you go to school with? Who are your neighbors? If you go to a worship service, who do you worship with? And we would write down a list. We wanted to get people to write down a list of 100 names. Now, even if they did, which most people never did, even if they wrote down a list of 100 names, the reality is only a small percentage of those 100 names they wrote down had any entrepreneurial fire. So they say, write down everyone you can think of. All right. So now if I wrote down my Aunt Barbara, who I love dearly and she loves me. If I wrote down my Aunt Jan, who I love dearly and she loves me. The one thing that I know about my Aunt Barbara doesn't have an entrepreneurial bone in her body. My Aunt Barbara doesn't want to make a lot of money because she feels like that would complicate her life. She lives a relatively quiet, simple life. So our target market, no matter what you are promoting in this industry, whether it's weight loss, whether it's precious metals, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's a mobile app, our target market are those that are already marketing. Okay, that's where our focus should be. Those that are already marketing. Okay. Now, with that being said, what we want to have is something that is solutions based, because we know that most marketers are struggling. So if we can offer some type of solution, particularly if we have them in our list, okay? So we want to build and cultivate a responsive list. One way that you build and cultivate a responsive list, obviously you've got to have a list building mechanism, whether it's email or SMS text. I would prefer both, okay? So you've got to have a way that you can capture the lead, but as you capture the lead, you then want to be able to provide something that is solutions oriented. Because here's what happens. Here's how you start to stand out among the crowd. When you are able to help solve someone's problem. Understand this. Nobody wants to be sold, but everybody wants to buy. Nobody wants to be sold. Let's put this on the whiteboard. Nobody wants to be sold, Nobody wants to be sold, but everyone wants to buy. All right? Let's make a note of that. You might want to take even though we're recording this, you might want to jot that one down, okay? You got your tablet beside you, go on and type that in real quickly. You got another computer beside you, go on and bring it up. Nobody wants to be sold, but everyone wants to buy. Also, consider this, all right? People will do more to get out of pain than they will to pursue pleasure. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about physical pain, but why don't we go to physical pain for just a moment, okay? Why don't we go to physical pain for just a moment? If you've ever been in physical pain, toothache, if Arthur's been knocking on your door, my wife had horrific, for a good part of 2016, thank heaven she's not in any pain anymore, but she had horrific back pain. Caused me to, as a husband, I've just felt helpless. All I could do was pray. And there were times the person I was praying to, I got upset with. And the person I prayed to, he's big enough, he can deal with that. Come on, man, my wife, come on, man, come on. Because I didn't call him man. Come on. Pain. There's nothing I wouldn't have given. There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get my wife out of pain. I would have, if I try to live my life right. Nobody's perfect. But if there was an option to get my wife out of pain, even if it wasn't the right option, the legal option, I would have done it because I saw my wife in pain. And then I would have said, forgive me. People will do more to get out of pain than they will to pursue pleasure. So in marketing, what you often have is you have marketers talking about the pleasure side. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, because we want the pleasure side too. Yeah, we want to travel and, we want the big house and nice cars and, the bling bling. A certain percentage of us, we like that bling bling stuff. But let me tell you what everyone wants is they want out of pain. If they are in pain, now I'm not talking physical. If they're in pain, so if they're frustrated in their marketing, they're paying because they're not making money. They're paying because they don't have a list. They're paying because they don't know how to drive traffic. And then if they drive traffic, they don't know how to get that traffic to convert. They don't know how to get people in their list to buy and join. If you can offer one or more solutions to the pains that the broader market is having, you start to stand out. You start to stand out. So what I want our focal point to be, particularly if you are promoting an offer that you love the offer, you love the product, you love the service, but the offer on its own does not really bring solutions to the overall marketplace, because we want to be able to go to this sea. We want to be able to fish from the ocean and not a small pond. If you're promoting an offer, that offer does not provide a solution to the overall marketplace, then instead of fishing from the ocean of potential prospects, our target market, those that are in marketing, you start to fish from a little small pond. So if all you have is a weight loss offer, and no disrespect to your weight loss offer, even if you've lost 50 pounds because of that weight loss offer, well, the thing is, if that's all you have and you're dealing with someone who doesn't need to lose weight, then your message falls on deaf ears. There we go. Would fall on deaf ears. Okay. Or you encounter someone who is also in the weight loss niche, but they're in a different weight loss company. All right. They're not going to join you. They're not going to buy from you. They are already in a weight loss company. You see how you're fishing from a much smaller pond. Or you are in a weight loss company and there are people around you. Let's say it's a growing weight loss company. All right. It's a big weight loss company. People are drawn to that weight loss company because people are losing weight and what have you. Okay. But you can't monetize any of those relationships. So now you're in a weight loss offer. You're in a Facebook group related to that weight loss offer. You connect with other marketers that are promoting that same weight loss offer. You actually have a good connection. You know, they friend you, you friend them, y'all start having conversations, and you start building a relationship there. But if you're in the same weight loss offer, same company, and you don't have some type of tool or resource or solution, guess what? All you're doing is having Facebook conversations. That's not necessarily impacting your bottom line. So what we want to be able to do is build a list that we own, we control, we can control the messaging. We want to provide value to that list so that ultimately, people are open to the solutions that we provide. And when we provide a solution, when we solve a problem that they are having, they're going to be open to the rest of your marketing message because everybody else is just pitching them. You, on the other hand, are providing solutions to their problems. Okay? All right, so now let me show you the power of this. All right, so now last week, right before we came on the webinar last week, I had someone in whose list I am in that sent me some information because of the relationship I have with them, okay, and timing. It just happened to be right timing because someone else had sent me the same information, but the timing was off. I was really busy. I never even got a chance. I didn't even remember they sent it to me. But I had someone who stands out the crowd because I'm in their list. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm in their list, all right, and they've brought me value. I'm in their list, and they've brought solutions to help me in my business. So now when they send me something, and the timing is right, and I say the timing is right because, like you, I've got a lot on my plate, okay, and it happened to be the right timing. I happened to open up what they sent me, and it got me very, very intrigued. Not just because of the offer, okay? But I saw that the offer, if this particular model, this particular company performs, okay, I saw that the offer would be a huge solution to the overall market. See, what the overall market needs is they need to build a list. And then they need to be able to provide solutions to that list. And if they do those things, build a list, provide solutions to that list, it's going to help them build and cultivate a responsive list, and then people are going to start buying from them and joining them and so on and so forth, okay? So what I did last week is after they sent me the information, they stood out of the crowd because they've brought me value in the past, all right? I went through the information. I said, ooh, okay, if they're able to do what they say they're going to do, they might not. All right. Well, always, especially if you're dealing with an offer, a network marketing company that's in pre-launch or is just launched, what you will always have is you'll have things on paper. I know because I was a part owner of a network marketing company. You have things on paper, and they look really good on paper. Then when you go to the real world, they may not exactly work the way that it was drawn up, or the attorneys may come back and have you make some changes, or the consultant, so on and so forth. All right, but I thought if they pull that off, if they can do half of what they say they're going to do, that's going to provide a huge solution to all these marketers who are struggling. Because with this particular deal, all right, again, I want to keep it generic, so I won't talk about necessarily the deal. With this particular deal, people could perhaps, if the company performs, make money even if they haven't started building their list yet. Now, do we want them to build a list? Yes. Okay, we want them to build a list. But list building, to do it right, does require some capital. Whether you're talking about driving traffic, whether you're talking about, having the lead capture mechanism, whether it's an email or an SMS text messaging list or what have you. All right. So it does cost money initially to build a list. Now, once you start to build the list, that becomes a huge asset where you should be able to extract more from having this list than whatever it takes you to build it. All right. That takes some time. So you want to build the list. Then you have to bond with the list, provide value so people start to like, respect, and trust you. And then ultimately you get to monetize your list. Build, bond, monetize. Build, bond, monetize. Okay, so here's what happened. So I get this information. I go through the information. Okay. We did the webinar last week. I did not go to bed. I spent, from the time we got off the webinar, I had to get my wife to, I normally, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm up at, my alarm goes off at 3:45 in the morning so that I can be up at 4:30 to get my wife to treatment. And I did not go to bed that night. I spent that entire time going through content. And yes, I went to YouTube to study what they had been saying in the past and what have you. Now, the challenge with most folks is you may go, let's say you send someone to YouTube prematurely, or you expose the name of the offer prematurely because you haven't brought value to that person. They then go to YouTube and then they find other marketers that are promoting that particular offer, and those other marketers may be more skilled at doing YouTube or promoting than you are, and then you have the you run the risk of losing that potential prospect. So you're the one that got them to know the name of the offer, to check out the name of the offer, and they wind up going to YouTube, unbeknownst to you, check it out because they're intrigued, and then they find someone that resonates with them, someone whose messaging resonates with them. You got a young dude, he's 25. He sees another young dude who's 25 who's promoting that offer. Guess what? He may join that young dude who's 25 versus yours truly who's 46. Okay? You've got someone who is Spanish speaking, and that's their first language. And then they go and they maybe see my video and they hear me talking English, and then they go and they hear someone else's video and they're talking Spanish. Okay? Well, guess what? They might join that person that speaks Spanish because even though they might understand what I'm saying in English, because they feel more of a connection. Okay. Somebody is a working mom. Somebody is a retiree. So a retiree is on Facebook or a retiree is on YouTube talking about that offer, and here comes your prospect that you sent information to prematurely, without providing value, without providing potential solutions so that you stand out in the crowd. Now they go over to YouTube and they find somebody who's retired like them, or or a person says, hey, I'm John Smith. This is all fictitious. I served 20 years in the U.S. Army and what have you, and I was looking for a way to make some additional money, and I came across this business, and all of a sudden, here's a person that went to their site, saw them on YouTube, and they say, well, shoot, I served in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, or what have you. You see, there's so many connection points. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. All right, so this person, because they've brought me value in the past, stood out. I opened their information. I said, oh, man, wow. Okay, we connected. All right, I asked a couple questions. Then I went and I did my research. I saw that it was very low risk, high potential return. All right. And so after not getting any sleep Thursday night going into Friday morning, with this particular offer, it was like a very time sensitive. Hey, there was a special pre-beta, pre-launch type deal. You could join for very little. And then they said at a certain date, they were going to take their websites down so that they could fix any bugs and what have you. So I didn't have much time. I just registered like late Thursday night, going into Friday morning. And I knew that they were going to take the websites down like in a day or so. So this is what I did. Okay? This is what I did. I sent out an email to a specific part of my list. All right? This is a list of my personals, people that have joined me, have bought from me in times past. Now, I blanked out any web links because I don't want anybody who shouldn't be going to my web link. Okay, all right. So this was my message. Here was my headline: urgent. If you don't open up, it'll cost you big time. That was my headline. All right. That was to my email list. I also sent out a text message to my text list. All right. Now, I use, and I want you to use, some type of email autoresponder. I like Aweber. That's just because I've used it since 2003. All right, good day, and you see where it says first name fix. What the system would do is it would draw in their name. Okay, so people that opted in, they've opted in with a name. Maybe it was a first and last name. Maybe it was just their first name, and then their email address. All right, so this variable brings in them. So if Charles, my new buddy, hey Charles, good to see you on the webinar, buddy. We'll get that resolved for you. All right, if this is Charles, it would have said good day, Charles. If this was Daniel, it would have said good day, Daniel. All right, this was my messaging to my responsive list that I have been building and cultivating and working with, bringing value so that when I do send a promotional offer, a percentage of my list will open things up. I said, I can't tell you how urgent it is that you watch this 3-minute video and take action. So what I did is I put together a very brief video. Okay. This is what that link was right here. Okay. Not doing so will cost you big time. I will explain later this weekend, as I will likely have a webinar on Sunday evening. For now, watch the video and take action. So I'm telling them to take action. Now, the action they took is they actually came out of pocket to join something that at this point I hadn't even told them really what it was all about. I did about a 3-minute video saying, here's the quick highlights. All right. Look, just do it. Do it. I'll come back when I've got more time and explain it further. All right. Now, I won't say the number of people that took advantage of that, but it was a good amount into the multiple tens. Now we'll ultimately, just from our personal list, we'll ultimately probably refer a couple 300 folks just from our list. Okay, and then if that offer actually has legs, if they do what they say they're going to do, then we'll do some paid marketing, and we'll ultimately personally be responsible for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, because if that offer performs, it's going to generate revenue, and we're going to take a percentage of that revenue and we're going to reinvest it back in the form of marketing. Okay. All right. Now, look at the response I get back from someone who's in my list. So here's what I said. It's urgent. Take action. Do it. I'll explain it later. Now, I can't go to Facebook outside of my audience and just post something like that and expect to have a ton of people that's going to take advantage of that. Who the heck are you? Who are you? Just do it. Come up with a credit card. And I'll tell you later. Who the heck are you? But I can do that with my cultivated responsive list. Okay? Look at what one of my folks said. All right? They missing. Now, I blocked out their last names. This particular couple, they are huge builders. All right? As a matter of fact, I was on their team years ago. and we do business with each other off and on. They'll do something and I'll join them or buy from them. I'll do something, they'll join me or buy from me. Okay. I want you to see what Jerry, that's the wife, what Jerry said, her husband is Zeke. She said, Zeke just saw this and now they are saying it is closed to fix things. So what happened was by the time that I got into the system, we were only in the system for maybe 24 hours, maybe not even that long, before the offer took down the site so that they could fix some bugs before they go and launch, to the public sphere. All right. So he was unable to register. Now get this. This is what I want you to get. She says, I have been sent this 100 times. Now, obviously, that's a figure of speech. I'm sure she didn't count exactly how many times she's been sent it. Maybe it's been 17. Maybe it's been 142. Figure of speech. Her point is, other people have sent this information to her, but she did not join. He did not join. They didn't even commit to joining the other people. Okay? So they've gotten this from a lot of other folks because it's hot. It's buzzing. They've gotten this from a lot of other folks, but they had not taken action. And then she goes on to say, but of course, if you send it, we want in. Now, at this point, she doesn't even know what she wants in. They've only seen, at this point, I hadn't sent out anything else other than do this, take action, join, this is how much it is, I'll explain later. Not doing it, you're going to be mad at yourself. She doesn't even know fully about the offer. Now, she maybe has seen some stuff, but I know that probably what she has seen was probably not thoroughly explained so that it's like I saw some videos. I saw some videos on YouTube. I saw some compelling videos on YouTube, but I had to piece a whole bunch of them together to get it. So she hadn't even seen anything, but because of the fact that she and Zeke have been on our list for years, I'm in theirs, so when they do something, I know what's going on. I don't do everything that they do. They don't do everything that I do. But I'm open to theirs. They're open to mine because they've brought solutions to me. I've brought solutions to them. They're in my list. I'm in their list. Okay? Oh, by the way, they're in a particular offer now where they have a gargantuan following. Something like 70,000 folks is what she told me. Now, I don't know. I can't say that they're going to take this offer to that 70,000. Well, yeah, I can say that. That's what their game plan is because they've already been strategizing with me. Hey, what should I get to these folks? What should I share with them? Now, we did come back and we did share with them and others last Sunday night, then this past Monday night, about that offer, why we were employing that offer. And even though that offer is in a network structure, what I love about the offer is that it provides solutions to the overall marketing community. Namely, if the offer performs. Namely, even if you don't have a list yet. We got to build that. We got to cultivate that. That's how we build a long-term sustainable business because offers come and go. Okay? Offers come and go. No matter how buzzing an offer is, even this offer that is buzzing, I understand offers come and go. I've seen offers come and go. I've seen things that look really good on paper. And then they go out to the real world. I know because I was a part owner of one of those. Go out to the real world and it didn't do exactly what we thought it was going to do. That's why you must build and cultivate a responsive list. 1, 2, you want to have solutions to the overall marketplace. Okay. The reason I adopted that company, I see it, yes, it can make a lot of money. I see it as a tool, as a solutions-based tool that just happens to have a kickback compensation system that I can now take to the overall marketplace, because I know that no matter what these folks are promoting, weight loss, cryptocurrencies, travel, nutrition, no matter what it is, I know that 95% of these folks are struggling. 95% of these folks need, if that offer comes to fruition, need that offer to help them generate some capital so that they can do the rest of what we want them to do. In other words, if they make some money, then they can take a percentage of that money and start recapitalizing, reinvesting back in their business, so they can start building an email list, start building an SMS text list, so on and so forth, okay? All right, so now let me share with you real quickly, okay? Let me think about this. I want to see how I want to do this. Bear with me. I want to think something through. Okay. All right. So I have built this webinar series, and we've promoted this webinar series as a generic webinar series, so that you and anyone that may be following you in whatever company that you might be promoting would feel comfortable that they could come to this webinar series and it not be a bait and switch, okay? And that's very important that we stay with integrity with that, okay? And of course you might, and I'm hoping that when we do these webinars that you'll be inviting folks, even if those folks are not on your team in your company, as a way to provide value to them. You don't have to be the one cutting the training or the videos or what have you. You just need to direct people to the value. I'm hoping that ultimately you'll be able to, let's say, share this recording, share it with your audience so that you're able to bring them value, okay? And that ultimately they'll come back, see you as a solution-oriented marketer and say, hey, what else do you have going on? Now, having said that, is there anyone that's adverse to me talking specifically about this offer that I've just been alluding to? I haven't said the name, all right? Many of you probably already know what I'm talking about. If there's anyone that's adverse to me talking about it, so you can understand how I see it as a potential solution and why you might want to embrace it as a potential solution to go along with whatever else you are marketing. If there's anyone that is adverse to that, you do not want me to say a name, you don't want me to talk about it, in your questions box, if I just get one of you that says, no, don't talk about it, all right, then I won't, because I want to honor what we've built this webinar series to be. So if there's anyone that is adverse to me talking just a little bit about this offer and why I believe that every one of us as marketers, no matter what we are promoting, should look to embrace this. You know, it may work out, it may not. They may do what they say, they may not. All right. If anyone is adverse, I'm gonna give you a couple moments. Just put an in your questions box. No, don't you talk about it. If I get one person saying that, then I will not talk about it. I'll give you a moment. Okay, someone said, talk about it, but no name. Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Okay. All right, so here's the deal. I only had one person. Okay. All right, so I had one person, and I want to honor this, okay? I want to honor this. All I've got, most of you have never met me. Many of you have followed me for years, and if you were to ring my doorbell, if you told me your name, I might know because of the webinars, But if not, who are you? Oh, I'm Carolina from British Columbia. Oh, well, actually, Carolina, I've seen your picture on Facebook. So all I've got is my name. So I do everything I can to protect that. All right. So here's what happened. All right. I'm not going to mention the name. I am going to mention a brand because one of the things is when I promote an offer, I never promote the regular replicated web page. Okay? Because what that does is that promotes the name of the offer. Now, I can go to my email list, I can go to my SMS text list and say, hey, I'm promoting this offer and call that offer by name. Let's call it Amazon Juice. That is not the name of it, but since someone said, hey, don't mention the name, I want to honor that, okay? All right, so let's call it Amazon Juice. All right, so I don't promote the replicated web page. What I typically do is I come up with a brand. Okay, I like to come up with a brand that it may be associated with what that offer is about, but it doesn't mention the name of the offer. Why? Because once again, I want to be able to go to a cold market in the form of paid marketing, for instance, people that don't know me, all right? And if I promote the name of the offer to folks that don't know me, then I run the same risk that you run. I run the risk of them simply going straight over to YouTube, finding someone else that resonates with them more than I resonate with them, okay? So I come up with the brand. All right, I'll tell you why I brought this up in just a few moments. All right, so here's what I saw with the offer. What the offer does, the offer allows people to do a specific activity, an activity that we're already doing. All right, they're in like the mobile app space. When you look at mobile apps, there's this huge shift of mega billions of dollars that's shifting from TV advertising because people aren't watching as much live TV anymore. Netflix, Hulu Plus, now you got all these different streaming services where you might pay a subscription, but you're not having to necessarily watch commercials. And then you've got even if you're watching live TV, like I'm a big NFL football fan, all right? I'm going to see my Steelers beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And then I hope we get to the Super Bowl and we play the Dallas Cowboys, which I have a passionate disdain for, and we beat them in the Super Bowl like the days of old. All right. So when I watch my football game, I allow it to run for about an hour. I record it. I allow it to run for about an hour before I sit down and watch the game. Why? Because I don't want to watch the commercials. Okay. And so big money is moving from TV advertising. We're talking billions. We're not talking about a few millions of dollars. We're talking about billions upon billions of dollars going into, yes, the internet, but these mobile apps. There's a reason why most of these mobile apps are free or almost free to download, because they are monetizing the app through things like advertising, or if you're doing like a game, in-game purchases, so on and so forth. So people would be able, without having to build a team, they'd be able to essentially click and then rank. And Dr. Chris came up with this the other day. He said bank. All right, I was saying click, rank, and earn. He was saying click, rank, and bank. Thank you, Dr. Chris. Okay, so that allows people to download a mobile app or watch a video. There's a number of different activities that they're going to have. And what happens is people can, based on what they're saying, all right, people can earn up to $1,500 a month, and what I like to refer to as cash equivalents. A cash equivalent would be like a gift card. All right, so the Google Play and Apple Store, in their terms and conditions, I can't get paid to download an app, but I can earn some rewards. And so what this company is going to do is for every activity, whether it is downloading and ranking or rating an app, whether it is some type of video that you watch that talks about an app or what have you, you're going to earn points. These points can be converted into gift cards. So imagine if my wife, just today, she had something that came in from Amazon. All right, she orders a lot from Amazon. When we first moved out of the U.S., that was one of her things. How am I going to get my stuff? And then we found out how she could order from Amazon and get it, shipped over to the Caribbean island. And so she just got some stuff today that came in from Amazon. She's going to order from Amazon anyway. All right. Or maybe you're going to go out to eat. Your favorite restaurant is Olive Garden. All right. You're going to go to Olive Garden anyway. Or maybe it's a grocery store gift card. So I refer to this as a cash equivalent. So here's what I saw. I saw that if this model does half of what they say they're going to do, okay, that I'd be able to go to the marketplace and I'd be able to talk about, hey, while you want to build a list, I know that most network marketers don't have one yet. While you want to build a list, here, what you'll be able to do is earn up to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents, and then take a percentage of that and recap or recapitalize or reinvest back in your business in the form of the tools, resources, and paid traffic. So I'm able to speak to the pain that marketers are having. Here's why you're struggling, because you don't have a list. You need to have a list that you own and control and you can bring value to, all right? And the people say, okay, I get that, all right, but how do I start to build a list? Because I don't have the money. Things are tight, all right? So here's this option, and I'm not telling people to stop promoting their weight loss offer. I'm not telling people to stop promoting their the travel offer. I'm saying include this, add this as potentially as a solutions-based element. And now, while you want to get them in your weight loss offer, your network marketing opportunity, okay, this does have a network, all right? This is why I was a little reluctant to even talk about it, because a lot of the other tools that we talk about are not network marketing. There's like a 1-tier affiliate, 2-tier affiliate, so on and so forth. This one does have a 3x10 matrix. And that's why I sent out to my list, I said, hey, hurry up, get this done now. If you don't, you're going to be kicking yourself. All right. And so we're able to take this offer and promote it in such a way that it becomes a solutions-based offer to whatever it is, to the main struggles that people are having. So last week we asked, what are the main struggles that marketers are having? And this is basically what people were saying. One, cash. Okay, people didn't have the money necessary to really build out their business. They know they need to have certain tools. They know they need to have certain resources. They know they need paid traffic and not just rely on organic traffic. But shoot, they don't have the excess capital to do that. So cash was one. Not having a list was another. Not knowing how to bring value to that list was another, okay? And so when we saw this offer, we said, okay, if they perform, there goes the cash, right? Once you start having the cash, then you can start building a list. Now, this is still an issue perhaps for many folks. How do you bring value to the list? Well, one of the things that we do, and while we're doing these live webinars, is that at least once a week, you're going to have some content that is valuable, and it's not just the same old content that you normally get, particularly not from network marketing. The reality is we have invested a lot of money over the past few years in high level mastermind groups with some not just 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners, to learn how they built 8-figure enterprises. All right, not just 7-figure enterprises, 8-figure enterprises, okay? And we're bringing that type of knowledge base and that type of training back to our audience. So let me tell you what, for those of you that want to adopt that tool, all right? Now, I'm not mentioning the name of the tool here or the name of the system here. Many of you already know what it is, all right? If you're here, retrace your steps, find out, who got you to tonight's webinar, and say, hey, what's that thing that dude's talking about? Because it's likely that the person that got you here know what we're talking about, okay? All right, let me tell you something that we're going to do to assist you, all right? We're going to build a couple of systems. We've got a great mobile marketing system now. We will ultimately, likely, build a mobile marketing system specific to the messaging for that offer. However, we also recognize that there are some folks that are not quite ready for the mobile marketing system just yet, all right? Because it could be going back to this right now, okay? So what we're going to do is we are building out a marketing and training portal. Some of you have followed us for a while, and we kind of put a marketing and training portal on the back burner. We're going to take that off of the back burner, okay? That marketing and training portal will talk about a number of tools and resources that we all want to have in our business. It will have a lot of awesome training, okay? We will house all of our webinars there, so all of our recorded webinars. So there will be a library of recorded webinars. So when someone gets that portal, they'll be able to come in, and if they want to go back over the last month, last 2 months, last 3 months worth of webinars, they'll be able to do that. It'll have something that we call an affiliate center. And what that is all the tools and resources that we use in our business. We'll tell you about those tools and resources inside. Tell you why we use them. There might be some other tools and resources that others are using that will bring to that affiliate center. Many of the affiliated products out there, something like an autoresponder, all right, something like a lead capture page system, many of those have an affiliate tied to it. Normally not a network marketing. It doesn't pay 10 levels, doesn't pay a binary. It normally pays a 1-tier affiliate. All right, but that's another way to generate additional revenue, is when someone would come into the portal at your referral, and we've got training on this particular tool and why we use this particular tool and how this particular tool works. And then the person says, yeah, I need to get that. And we say, hey, go over to your affiliate center and pick up that particular tool. And when they go over to the affiliate center, they're getting that tool from you, all right, assuming that you're the one that referred them to our portal. So we're building out a marketing and training portal. That's going to include presentation funnels. I'll say funnel now. We'll have multiple in time. I've already started this. I already started working on this. A presentation funnel that will present that particular tool that I just talked about from the standpoint of how it's going to help bring healing, ointment to the pain and the suffering that most marketers are dealing with. And unlike having a webinar, and we'll continue to do webinars, unlike having a webinar where if I do a live webinar promoting that particular offer, I then have to say, hey, get back to the person who referred you, da-da-da-da-da. What will happen in the presentation funnel, all right, is at the appropriate time, button will come up, click here, join, click here, sign up, click here, register, whatever it will say. And when they click there, they'll go to your actual site to register with you. They still won't know my name, okay? So they'll go to your site to register with you. They'll also be able to get the portal where they can come inside and see everything else that we have in terms of training and what have you. So it won't matter whose team you're on if you want to leverage what we are doing there, okay? And then inside the portal, there will be ongoing training and education about that particular model, as well as what we need to be doing to build out our long-term sustainable businesses. That will house virtually everything that we will talk about from a tool and a resource standpoint, including our mobile marketing systems. All right. So when we launch a mobile marketing system that's specific to that particular offer, you'll know about it. It'll be in there and all that good stuff. And those of you that have our existing mobile marketing system, you'll be able to have your link in there, so that when people come in, maybe they did not. Maybe our initial tool, as much as I love it, maybe it didn't resonate with them as much. This other tool, it resonates with them to get them into your following. They join you, they get the portal, and then when they get the portal, they hear us talking about why you want to have mobile marketing, and then they say, yeah, I need that too. And we say, hey, go to your affiliate center, pick up, go through the tour, and you've got your link in there. And so the whole idea when we launch this, which will be soon, is you have a place where when someone joins you, even if they haven't joined you with that model, but they get the portal from you, they if they start to use the tools and resources that we talk about in there, they're going to wind up getting those tools and resources from you. Some of those tools and resources do not require you to have the tool to be an affiliate, okay? One of the tools I use every day to send out my video blog posts. If you don't have that system, you can still be an affiliate and earn if someone gets that system. Maybe you're not ready for it, okay? And then one last thing here real quickly is what we're going to do in that portal is we're going to have something that's called a showcase. And what a showcase is where you can show off or showcase all of your income streams. So what will happen is a person will log in. Maybe they're logging in to get a copy of the webinar. So when we do this, the webinars that we send out now by email will likely simply post those into the portal as value added for the portal. Okay. So when they come in and hey, they want to access last night's recorded webinar, cool. When they log in on the home page, you would have put in whatever else you are doing. So if you're in Zookle, or you're promoting a cryptocurrency offer, or you're promoting a travel offer, or you're promoting all of the above, they'll be able to see everything that you're promoting. And then in the training that we'll have inside of the portal, we will constantly say, make sure you check out your referral showcase, see what they have up their sleeve. That way, you can really promote one thing, get people into that one thing, and once people get into that one thing, everything else that you have going on, they can start to see. All right? And so that's what, the other thing that we're going to be doing with this presentation funnel is it will have a robust follow-up system. Now we're going to start off with emails, all right, with that part, all right, because we know that more people can get started off with that, and then ultimately percentage of folks will get the mobile marketing system. But we're going to have a robust follow-up system, mostly video-based. There's going to be a lot of some of the videos that will be going out will be taking some of the stuff like we talked about tonight, but breaking it down in a 10-minute segment, okay, with a call to action for them to click on your button. Let's say if we send out a 10-minute training, all right, there's going to always be a call to action. We're going to always we're going to always do a pitch, but we're going to wrap that pitch in value. All right. So for instance, someone is in your email list. All right. We'll ultimately get them into a text list too, but someone's in your email list and now they get an email and they have not joined you yet with this particular tool. All right. But they get an email and we're talking about, hey, you've got to build a list. You want to know how people are making money? The people that are making money, they're building a list. And this is how we're going to help you build your list. All right? And this is how this particular tool is going to help you build your list, because it's going to help you get some cash. All right? Even if you're not good at list building yet. All right? And so there'll be like a 10-minute, 15-minute training. Then it'll say, click on the button so you can go on and get, this tool, get this resource. All right? And it'll have your link there. Okay? And it'll have your link there. So we're going to build out a very robust follow-up sequence, the same sequence I would use with my list, the same sequence I would use in doing a cold market campaign. See, when I do a cold market campaign and the people don't know me, all right, if I'm having them come into an email list, I can't just talk about, hey, join me in the offer. I've got to most people are not going to join the first time they see the presentation. So what we've got to do is we've got to have a robust follow-up system that brings value to them and helps them to see how what we're offering is a solution to problems that they're having. So there'll be a messaging that will talk about, hey, most marketers struggle because they don't have enough money. All right. And man, we're going to pour salt on that wound. We're going to pour salt on that wound. And then here's the solution. You should see a button appearing right about now. Click on that button, go on and get the solution. And they'd be going on and getting that from you because your link would be programmed in. Okay. All right. So if you're saying, well, I don't have a list, follow what we're doing. Whether you get the tool from us or somebody else or not even in our organization, follow what we're doing. If you say, I don't know how to bring value to my list, you're going to learn how to bring value. We're going to provide that robust follow-up series. They're still not going to know our name. They're only going to know to get back with you, and then it's going to have that button that's going to appear, all right, for them to click, and they're going to be taken to your what have you, okay? And then what I hope is that some of you will start to see how we bring value, because some of you are just as skilled in terms of being able to do videos and articulate or write. I'm not a writer. Some of you are great at writing, all right? And you say, oh, okay. Because I say the same stuff all the time, if you hadn't figured it out. It's very little new that I say. I keep saying the same thing over and over again because it takes some time to get this, because most of us have been programmed wrong, okay? All right, so my promise to you, no matter what you're building, no matter who you're building it with, is that we will lead. And if you will follow, we will lead. If you don't follow, we will still lead. Now, I want to do one last thing here. Okay. Hey, did that help you out? I wanted to make sure my person who said, don't say the name of the company, even though I did not mention the name of the offer, did that bring some value to you, knowing what we're working on for our audience? Good. Somebody was asking me if I can touch real quickly on our mobile marketing system, RAS, and how it pays. Jeff, I really just don't have the time right now. There are 4 ways that our mobile marketing system pays. Okay, the biggest one, and the one that's going to generate the most revenue for you, is going to be from the SMS text messaging. So when someone is in that system, or when someone leverages that system, all right, and we'll use this marketing and training portal to house RAS as well, okay? So people will now start to really understand how powerful RAS is, so that when they go to the affiliate center and they click on the link so they can take the RAS tour, they're already been kind of pre-framed. They understand what RAS is, and now it's just a matter of getting all the particulars. So Jeff, unfortunately, I really don't have the time right now. Those of you that have taken the RAS tour but you've not completed it, make sure you complete it so you know exactly how you're going to be able to generate revenue with RAS. RAS itself, all right, and again, we may have another mobile marketing system that would be specific to the other offer that we just talked about. They'll work the same, all right. It's just that the messaging on the front end might be different, would be different specific to the other offer. RAS itself, if all I had was RAS, if that's all I had, I could build an 8-figure income, okay? So, Jeff, unfortunately, I can't do much more than that right now. So you'll want to take that tour. I'll make sure everybody knows how to take that tour. Okay, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to vote on a logo for me. This is for the new tool, and this is not the name. This is not the name of the company, all right? Last week, we were calling it Click, Rank, and Earn, and one of our great leaders, Dr. Chris, said, Click, Rank, and Bank. So I went and got these logos done, and I want to find out from you which of these you prefer the most. Click, Rank, and see, Click, Rank, and Bank is the brand that I'm using to promote the back end offer, but I haven't mentioned what the back end offer is. So that way we still are following what this webinar is supposed to be about, okay? So do me a favor. I'm going to put up a poll, all right? So on the left-hand side, Click, Rank, and Bank with the little gold line here. On the right-hand side, Click, Rank, and Bank going down here. So I'm going to do a poll, and I want to know which of these you like the best. Give me a moment. So tell me which one of these you prefer. Number 1, with the gold line underneath, Click, Rank, and Bank, or number 2, with the check boxes that say Click, Rank, Bank. Vote on your screen if you would, not in your questions box. Vote on your screen if you would. There's a little, just hit which one, number 1 or number 2. I'm curious. Let's get everybody voting. Someone said, can they see it again? Let me see. I'm going to show it to you again, but right now, the number, I'll close this and we'll share. Right now, I'm seeing most of you chose the first one, so I'll show that again. All right, that was most of you chose the first one, all right, by a pretty decent margin there. All right, so now, that was it right there, Ruby. So most of you chose this one right here. Cool, all right, good. All right, now I want to do something else real quickly. I forgot to do this. I meant to put this poll up, okay? No, I'll do it next time. I'll have more information next time. Okay. All right, good. All right, so now I'm going to stop now. And we're going to get into optional Q&A. We're going to get into optional Q&A. So here's what I want your takeaway to be from tonight's training. Oh, I need to give you one call to action. I forgot. Your takeaway should be, 1, you must commit to building and cultivating a responsive list, okay? Number 2, what happened to my number 2? There we go. No, what happened to my number 2? Number 2, you must be a solutions provider. What happened to it? Where did it go? I don't know where it went. Didn't I have it on there? I thought I did. All right, so number one, you've got to build and cultivate a responsive list, okay? And then number two, you must become a solutions provider to the broader market. So when you are looking at your network marketing company, your MLM, your product, your service, ask yourself, how does this product or service, how does this company provide a solution for the overall broader market? You know, make a list of the problems that people are having. So in network marketing, for instance, which is really my niche, all right, people don't have the available cash to build their business correctly. All right, that's one problem. So a lot of people don't have the resources to get the lead capture systems and the autoresponder or follow-up sequences and buy traffic and all those things that help you to build your list and build it faster rather than slower. All right. So I'm looking for things that's going to help people, even if they haven't gotten to that point, generate some cash so they ultimately can reinvest a portion of that back into their business. People don't have a list, so I want to provide some type of list building mechanism, SMS text messaging list, or tell them about my autoresponder. All right, I'll make a lot of money when someone gets the autoresponder for me, but it does provide a solution. All right. Number three, even if people had a list, they don't know how to consistently bring value. So that's one of the things that we're working on with this additional offer. Is we believe that's going to be a huge, if they perform, we believe that's going to be a huge. And so we want those that are following us intimately, even if they're not on a team, to be able to leverage the same auto response sequence I would set up in my email autoresponder. You'll be able to use that same autoresponder sequence, same training, same value, same stuff, okay? And I won't say go to my link. I'll say click the link below, because for you, that link below is going to take them to where you want to take them, okay? All right, so you want to be a solutions provider to the broader market. That's what I really wanted you to get from tonight. So for those of you that do not have our RAS system, all right, which is our mobile marketing system, I'll finish with this. Then we'll get into a Q&A. Darn. Okay, so RAS is our mobile marketing system, and it allows us to appeal to the larger marketing universe. RAS does not have a network marketing comp from a standpoint of 10 levels or what have you, but it has a very powerful compensation plan. Jeff wanted me to talk about it. I just don't have the time. I need to get into Q&A. But what those of you that have not taken our RAS tour, then the person that referred you to our webinar likely has RAS. And so you want to take the tour. You're simply going to opt in to a mobile capture page with your name and your cell phone number. And then you're going to be able to take the tour. You want to complete the tour there. It'll tell you about how you make money and all that other good stuff. All right. It's going to allow you to build the most responsive of all lists. So for those of you that follow us very intimately, you're ultimately going to be building both an email list and an SMS text list. Okay. You're going to have both. I still build my email list, while a lot of my efforts and energies are with SMS text messaging, just because you have it's a more responsive list, but we want both, okay? For those of you that are looking for leads for your offers, the system allows you to purchase mobile opt-in leads. I won't go into that, don't have the time. You can use RAS to promote your current offers and future offers. Let me tell you what I did, for instance, when this other offer came across my desk and I did my research and I said I'm going to employ it, the first thing I did, even before I sent an email to my email list, is I went to my SMS text messaging list through RAS, and I got immediate responses because of the nature of how SMS text messaging works. And there's 4 ways that the system pays. I believe you can generate 6, 7. I'm looking to generate in time 8 figures just with RAS. We add that with everything else. We should do very well. Okay, you should do very well. Okay, all right. So connect with the person that referred you, get their RAS tour link, and go on and take the RAS tour. And with that being said, I'm finished. So Queen, let's get into optional Q&A. Queen, remind me to re-ask the questions so that when we are answering for our video audience, they'll know what we're answering. I keep forgetting to do that. Yes, going to put your questions in your questions box, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Kevin, I don't know why you're not. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why you're not getting those emails. Kevin, do me a favor. Check your private messages, please. Go on, Queen. Was that who you were talking about? Or was that somebody else, Queen? What time? Okay. All right. To our video audience, I really haven't. Okay. All right. So someone is asking for the RAS tour link, and who is that someone, Queen? Oh, okay. Okay, got you. The reason I asked is because I know Dr. Chris is the part of my personal following. If it was somebody I wasn't familiar with, I need to make sure they're getting to the right person. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. Do me a favor, Mr. Solar. I know that you and I have been communicating, and you know how we've communicated. So how about you hit me there, please, and I'll make sure you get what you need. Give me just a moment. All right. So Someone's asking me about the. I'm assuming they're asking about the marketing and training portal that we're going to, and some of you have followed me for a while, so we talked about this a long time ago, and we kind of put it on the back burner because we launched the mobile marketing system first. Okay, what was the rest of that question? They said is it gonna start with a low end offer and then they go low end. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to assume right now they're asking me about the marketing and the training portal, and I'll talk more about it probably next week because even that still is being generic, um, or mostly generic there. That's going to be a very low outlay. We're likely going to have like a dollar trial for 7 days or something like that. Still working out what the monthly is going to be. It's not going to be that much though, because the whole idea is to get people into the portal so that they can see the rest of everything that we have, that you have to offer. So for instance, we want people in that portal so they can get our training, so that you can stand out of the crowd, so that when they log into the portal, they get to see everything that you are promoting. Next week, I'll probably talk more about the portal, and then you will help me on pricing, okay? And the reason is we can go one of two routes, all right? We can go with no affiliate pricing, all right? Or we can go with affiliate pricing, meaning that when you refer someone, they get the portal from you, you get some commissioning. I would prefer number two, but I want to get a sense of what our audience is going to be. I know what we need to have to cover expenses and things of that nature. Okay, so we'll talk about that maybe on next week. The whole idea is if we do the affiliate pricing, and it's still not going to be that it's not going to be expensive. Okay, and it's going to have way over the top value. But the whole idea is, even if someone was in the same company that you're in but not on your team, and they weren't using our marketing and training portal, you could say, hey, you need this marketing and training portal. And let's say that their sponsor wasn't paying attention to us, all right, and they get their marketing and training portal from you, well, then you get some affiliate commissions from that. When they get into the system, there's going to be a number of ways that you're going to be able to generate commissioning through the various affiliated products and services, some of which do not require you to have to own or use the product or service in order for you to get commissioned on. And then obviously you're going to be able to showcase any and all of your wares. Okay, so if you're in e-commerce and you've got an e-commerce training system and you've got a travel system and you've got this and you've got that, when people log into their system to get training or to get access to anything that we do, they'll be able to see everything that you're promoting, okay? Now, one of the things that I hope you will consider in time, all right, because I really do believe that every marketer, every network marketer, every affiliate marketer needs to have some type of high ticket offer. And what a high ticket offer is, I'll give you my definition, is any offer that when you get the sale, when someone buys that product, service, what have you from you, you generate a minimum of $1,000 in commissions. It could be more, okay? Now, the thing is, most people have to build to that, because in most cases, in order for you to be able to generate revenue from a high ticket offer, you have to own the product or the service, which means if it generates $1,000 in commissions, then it was probably at least $1,000 for you to buy it. It might have been $2,000 for you to buy it to generate $1,000 commissions, or whatever the structure may happen to be, okay? So if we can get people, and the reason we want you to employ some type of high-ticket offer is, like, for instance, I can tell you, I won't say the name of it, but I've got a high-ticket offer. I have not promoted it in a while. I've never promoted it to our regular list. When we open up the portal, all right, those that get the portal from me, they'll see what it is, all right? But the reason I haven't promoted it, Queen, and it's a great product, it's a phenomenal product, is it's a $5,000 ticket price, okay? Well, it pays one level. There's no leverage there in terms of a second tier or anything like that. It pays a $3,000 commission. And it's a great product. It's worth the $5,000. It could have been a price a lot more than that, and it would have been worth it, okay? So, Queen, what if you had in time an offer like that, and you just got 2 of those a month, and that generated an extra $6,000? Well, see, that's why I want you to have in time some type of high-ticket offer. The portal that we will have will make it far more conducive for your following to ultimately embrace your high ticket offer because we would have provided some solutions. They're going to be able to generate some money. They're going to be able to start building a list. They're going to have a robust follow-up system so that there's value going to the list, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. Now, so I'm assuming that's what they were talking about. And if they were talking about something else, then they need to tell me they were talking about something else. Any other questions, Queen? Yeah, it's going to be totally revamped. Those of you that had the portal before, it's going to be totally different. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you can, those of you that had it before, I don't even know if you can log in just yet because I'm having him, we've got to go through and we've got to do something, change some things with the database. The concept, if you were in our portal before, is the same, but we never finished it because we launched the mobile marketing platform before we launched the portal. We see, especially with this new offer, we see the value and making sure we've got that portal on the front end, and Queen, what it will do, all right, by having that on the front end, what it will do is as people come through the portal, they're going to hear about our mobile marketing system. They'll have a much, they'll be much warmer. Some of you will understand the importance of that. That have the system, there'll be a much warmer person going into your mobile marketing system as opposed to a cold lead going into your mobile marketing system. Okay, I don't want to say too much because then I'll confuse some folks that don't have any idea what we're talking about. So, okay, good, good. Is that it? Cool. Cool. All right. For those of you, let me see. Let me make sure I addressed. There was a Solar. You know how to get in touch with me. Dr. Chris, I think I put that information there, but you know how to get in touch with me. I just got quiet because I just want to make sure that if I post this information, that only the people that should get it or you should know how to get in touch with me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you should know how to get in touch with me, whether it's email or how do we normally connect, whether it's email or Facebook or email or Facebook would be your two best options. Okay. If you happen to be in my mobile marketing system, send me a text. If you're not, then shoot me an email um, or Facebook me. Yeah, and hopefully all of you know me by now. All right. I'm always very, very careful to honor any genealogical anything, okay? Because I know the way we build with a larger team in mind. Well, the thing is, when you build with a larger team in mind, you wind up having people that opt into lists, come to webinars that you didn't personally, in my case, that I didn't personally enroll into this or that or that or this. And so I never, ever, ever want to take someone's referral credit. Never want to take anyone's referral credit, okay? So those of you that are as a part of our existing following, you're in with us with RAS or some other network marketing opportunity, what have you, when we release the portal, we'll release it in such a way that it continues to honor genealogical integrity. Even though the portal itself is not a network marketing, you're going to help me determine pricing on next week, okay? But I hope you consider the affiliate pricing so that as you have people getting the portal from you, there's another income stream. So it should pay for itself very easily, very quickly. Then you have another income stream. And then you've got something that you can, another solution-oriented system that you can share with the larger market. For those of you that have RAS, you continue with your RAS. What you will find, I believe, as we share this portal, which originally we were going to launch the portal before we launched RAS. Okay, we did things in reverse, so now we're taking it off the back burner. I believe that you're going to have leads that come, that you're going to have people that come through this portal that by the time they get to your RAS, they're going to be a red hot lead. So they'll go through and they'll do the tripwire offer and they'll get RAS, because we still have some things we can't say from a non-disclosure standpoint, but they're going to want to take your tour and they're going to want to get your RAS. So Robert, we will always, with anything that we do our darndest to make sure that we have genealogical integrity in place. And sometimes that has hurt me, Queen, because sometimes I've had situations where I didn't post a link and I said, get in touch with me or what have you, and somebody got impatient and they went and they found somebody else. Well, that's just the price we pay to make sure that we keep integrity, because the universe is going to reward us. All right, with that being said, you guys have been awesome. You've been amazing. Have a phenomenal weekend. Those of you that are following us on that offer, we will have a live webinar this coming Monday. Totally different webinar link. We'll have a webinar this coming Monday, just like we did this past Monday. And we'll also, any news about that, we will send out to our email and our push notification list. If you are not getting those emails for some reason, I don't know why, and unless you opted out, I don't know why. So those of you that know how to get in touch with me, if you're not getting our emails, let me know so that we can see if we can get you back into the list. Okay? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Have a rastastic remainder of your evening. Good night, everyone.